We have been working endless hours, physically searching wooded areas, water areas, everything around here.
This video shows the last known whereabouts of Demetria Watson pulling out of her driveway.
Pretty sure there's a couple vehicles right off the bat. That's definitely a vehicle 100%. I think it just went straight off here.
He sent me a text and was like, "I love you," out of nowhere. And then I knew like something was off.
That would be the last time anyone would hear from Demetria Watson again.
You might call them scuba sleuths.
Their new hobby went from cleaning up waterways to solving mysteries. And what a great public service.
Jeremy Sides and Adam Brown travel the country searching for closure in cold cases.
Amazing. The gift of closure to grieving families is absolutely priceless.
Today we are back in Richmond Hill, Georgia, continuing the search for missing mother Demetria Watson. We've been here a lot. We've made a lot of videos searching for her. We're back in her neighborhood because last time we searched this pond, there's 2 ponds in her neighborhood we searched before, and I looked at the scans of this one, and I know last time we were pretty sure it was a drain or some sort, but I was looking at the footage, and one of the shots looks so much like it could be a car that I wanted to come back out here and double check. So we're going to be running the little sonar boat. This is the Ross sonar boat. The remote operated sonar system. We're going to be running that and trying to see if we can figure out what this is and make sure it's a drain pipe. And then we're also going to be using the chasing drone to send down there and just double check if we need to. I'm out with Exploring with Nug. We're going to be checking some spots again today, man. This case is, we got to be getting close, don't you think? If she's in the water. I mean, she might not be.
Man, it's getting to the point now where, I mean, I'm a firm believer on that new concept. Like the simplest version or the simplest explanation is usually the one.
Yeah.
We've looked everywhere, and I'm so afraid to move away from this area because I'm afraid we missed her. So we're gonna recheck a couple spots today, and then we're gonna venture out.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of different spots planned. So let's throw this in real quick, see if we can clear once and for all these little ponds in her neighborhood. And it is definitely deep enough here, 10 feet. I mean, last time we checked I didn't see anything besides over there in the left side, back there. When I was looking back at the scans, I just kept looking at that. Looks like a drain pipe or something, but it really had a rough shape of a car to me, like in a strange way. It almost looked like an upside down car.
Is anything yet?
No, it's super clear. But we should see whatever that thing is, which is like right here, which has got to be a pipe.
I don't know how she would have even gotten over here.
That's the other thing. It doesn't make sense.
She would have had to drive between somebody's houses.
It's too hard edged.
It's like triangular. That's what I think. It's like just concrete with a tube in the middle. I mean, look at the down imaging, dude. You can see the tube.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there's no way it's a car. I mean, yeah, you could see that, what you were saying. And we got the live scan before. That one shot.
Had to double check.
Yeah. And if anything, it would make sense over there. Whenever we're out on the water, it's always really important to be extra safe and have things like gas tanks, life jackets on board, just for safety reasons. But when you're browsing online, it's also really important to be safe as well. That's why I want to tell you guys about the sponsor for today's episode, ExpressVPN. They provide a private and safe way to browse the internet from anywhere in the world. We are always traveling around on the road and very often have to use public Wi-Fi to connect and upload our videos online. But I'm always worried who else may be connected trying to hack into my social media. That would be the absolute worst thing. But with ExpressVPN, they keep all your data encrypted and secure. The really cool thing about ExpressVPN is it's not just about security. It also lets you access a lot of TV shows and movies on streaming services that aren't available in the United States. For example, if you're a big Office fan like me, if you want to go to Netflix, you can't see any of the episodes. But if you go to ExpressVPN, switch it over to the UK, go back to Netflix, and then boom, you have every episode of The Office and you can binge watch to your heart's desire. A VPN is a must-have for staying safe online, especially if you're a content creator. And ExpressVPN makes it super easy to stay protected on any of your devices, whether it's your phone, tablet, computer, TV. ExpressVPN is here to keep you and your family safe. And right now, they even have a special offer where you can sign up and get 3 months free by going to expressvpn.com/AdamBrown. Sign up today. I'll have it down linked in the description below. And thanks again for ExpressVPN for sponsoring today's search. All right, we just finished that other pond, and I can say absolutely for certain now, going over it again, that that's definitely not a vehicle. Now this other one, the only other pond that's big enough in our neighborhood to have a car is this one on the far side, which there's an embankment here. We searched, we didn't see anything, but we never checked it more than once. And it's just,
check it, make sure.
Yeah, this is pretty big. I mean, there's access technically. You could go in over there by the playground or anywhere by the road here. So let's throw it in real quick and see. $5 feet.
Yeah.
That's just deep enough. I mean, if it never got lower out here, you could hide a car. What? Wow. It's like a block.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing we looked at before.
Yeah, it looked like another small block. All right, we just got done clearing that pond, and I feel pretty good about that one as well. It's really barely deep enough, I mean, for the most part. So we're gonna hit some other places. There's a park right down the road here. I checked before, but I know there's a deep hole, and I don't remember if I got a great scan, but I'm gonna go over it one more time. And then there's some other spots down the park. There's like these long canals that I never checked all of them, so I'm gonna clear those. All right, there's a spot over here I want to double check. I scanned it once a while back, and I saw a little gator out here too last time. I mean, right here you could park and go straight in. That's what concerned me before. So we're gonna go straight out. I remember it being deep, but empty. But I just want to double check. $4 feet. $5. Guess it's down. It's only 5 feet. Could have sworn it was like 10 feet last time. Well, never mind. It's only 5 feet deep, so I guess I was wrong. All right, so this is a pond I drive by all the time on the interstate. And it's right by this hotel near Pooler, which is where apparently she was like the day before, from what I understand. And there's just no guardrails here. The road goes around it. I've always wanted to check it, so we're gonna check it real quick and then figure out the next game plan. It looks pretty shallow, like right here. Almost looks like I went over something. It's deep enough. Well, there's parking lots all right here. Someone could have driven in. It's not like the nicest place either.
No.
That almost looked like an upside down car, didn't it?
Kind of.
It's just one of those places that looks sketchy. You could drive by on that side or on this side. Looks clear to me. I mean, it's definitely got down to 10 feet over here on the right side. But I don't see anything.
Well, mark that one off. Move on to the next one, I guess.
So there's a couple boat ramps way farther up to Savannah. We were actually in South Carolina right now. It's like 40 minutes from our house, but at this point we've checked all the other ones near our house. We're kind of branching out. This is the Savannah River though. It's Mill Landing or Millstone Landing. We're gonna be scanning this, and there's one more farther up. And then we're gonna go back into town and check ponds, I think. I'm gonna be using my boat today, my other boat. We're just gonna scan this since we're here, clear it. I think there's a good chance we might find some cars, but whether they're Demetria's, that's a different story. Let's get out here, check it. Shouldn't take too long. Y'all need a tow?
I have a question.
Okay.
It's a nearly new Suzuki
Yeah.
And anyhow, the red light, engine light came on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, will you just tow me upstream a little bit?
Yeah.
And then I'll be fine. Harley, can you hand him that? Got some sort of sonar?
What's that?
You have sonar?
Oh yeah,
we got a couple of them. Underwater drone. Did you grab it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all kinds of stuff.
Thanks for your job.
Oh yeah. All right, we just got out here, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple vehicles right off the bat. Looked like there was one right.
Man, there's one right under.
Oh, we just went right over one. There's one right there. We just went over.
Hey, moving ahead of me.
There's this long embankment, and then the boat ramp over here. Oh yeah.
Upside down, 17
There.
feet deep.
Definitely a vehicle. That one's upside down?
Oh yeah, you can see the tire.
Okay. Yours is a little clearer than mine. We're just gonna go down a ways and see how many we can find.
We'll just ride the bank.
Oh, there's another one, I think, right?
I can't tell you it's turning.
Yeah,
There might be another car right here.
Yeah, looks like one to me. It's definitely kind of a dumping ground.
I've seen worse.
Well, the other spot of the Savannah, you know, last time we were out here, we found a bunch.
Yeah.
So the river, is this tidal?
Oh yeah.
So there's gonna be cars both ways out here.
I would assume.
I'm shooting like 90 feet on both sides, left and right. What was that, 3? We'll go back over it.
3, maybe. Definitely 2.
That's definitely a vehicle, 100%. I think it just went straight off here. I guess it could have gone up the ramp if it's tidal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it floated out far enough.
But that's right by. That'd be an easy one to pull out.
Yeah. If we only had a record here.
Well, it's not too far of a drive. And what is that?
I don't know. Might. Well, it sure doesn't look like it. It's like a pile of something.
Old pile, super old car. All right, we got the car hooked on with the anchor, and this is, I guess, the first one, and then there's like 2 more.
There might be. I know.
Definitely one more right there.
Yeah, definitely one more.
But we're gonna be using the chasing underwater Gladius Mini S drone. This thing's been a beast. It's been great for you know, sending it down safer way, especially when it's cold in the water, and it's kind of quicker too if you think about it. So I should be able to just hit start on my controller, and there you can see out the drone what the drone sees. So we're gonna send her down, see what this car is. All right, so we just put the drone in the water, and we were having a lot of difficulties because there was a very strong current, and I'm gonna do my best to narrate what is going on, what we are looking at. This is tidal waterways, so those are always tricky, and because it was really cold, we always try to use our drones first, and we've been using our drones a lot lately instead of diving, because it's a little bit quicker most of the time, and we can pretty quickly determine if the vehicle is the right kind that we're looking for. And here you can see I'm looking at the back of the car, and it's kind of hard to tell, but it is some sort of hatchback by the looks of it, and the tall glass. Now, as always, I try to look for a make and model, any sort of indicator or badge that'll tell us what it is. This one has a lot of growth all over it. And going around it, this vehicle has been in the water for many, many years. You kind of learn after looking at so many cars underwater the rough age. And this one is a lot older than the ones we are looking for. I believe that's part of the windshield wiper mount right there, the hardware. I'm trying to find the tag on this car, but I was really struggling to see anything, and nothing stood out to be. I thought that was a decal of some sort right there. It's, once again, it's so hard to really tell, but it's almost like a white. There was another part that looked like it might have been a blue paint. because trying to get the color of the vehicle does help in some cases. But I'm still not exactly sure. And a lot of people have told me to put a paintbrush or something on the front of the drone, and I haven't done that yet, but I do think it's a good idea. So I'm continuing to go around, and this car is upside down. Right here is the hitch of the vehicle. So it's upside down, and the plate should be right around here. And that's what I'm trying to find right now. I do my best to try to scrape away the growth, but from what I could tell, there was not a plate on this vehicle. I couldn't 100% confirm without diving, but we do know it's not the right make and model of the people we're looking for. So this is one that we'll have to come back and dive when it's warmer. But on these type of searches, we're just trying to clear and, you know, identify the make and model enough to know what is and what isn't. And here is the tire and rim. A lot of times cars have the logos on the center cap, but I was really struggling to find anything on that one. So I keep moving on, going over to try to find the next vehicle nearby. And you know, this whole area has a really rocky, unique bottom. I think it would be a really great dive because just going around, there is so much stuff sitting around here. So many little treasures and items. I'm not even sure what this is I'm looking at. Some sort of spool or old hardware. I think there's a lot of history too. And very often these old boat ramps were old ferry crossings. I'm not sure about this spot though. I did come across this strange looking blanket or tarp under the water. And as always, you know, you hear about people being wrapped up in blankets and thrown in. So that was my first concern, but we actually find a lot of these while exploring. And they always look a little strange, but this one appeared just empty and loose underwater. So I keep going around, and finally I find the next vehicle. And this one I believe is also upside down. There's the window right there. It's kind of tilted up. There's the back corner of the window. I can tell you right now, this car has probably been in way longer, because look at these tires. It's a strange phenomenon that happens, but the rubber gets sucked up in like this star-shaped, and it like compresses like that. So this is, once again, I'm not sure the make and model of these cars. If y'all watching have any idea based on the tires, the rims, kind of the shapes of the vehicles, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. But we know these are not the cars we're looking for. But I always like to try to mark on the map the cars we do find. But it's always crazy to me to see the tires all sucked in. But that takes many, many, many years to happen. And I keep going around to the back of the vehicle, and what it looks like happened is the trunk is open. So this does appear to be a car of some sort, but the little rear trunk hatch is open. So I'm kind of looking inside the back of the vehicle, and I go underneath the open lid, and I'm trying my hardest to figure out what this is. It looks like there's one of the lights on the left. And I think there's a logo right here. It's like an oval shape, I believe, of some sort with the decal or logo. I don't know if that's a Ford or what. I couldn't get positive identification, but it's right there. It kind of looks like some oval logo shape. Maybe it's a handle. Once again, I was really struggling in the current. And there's so much fishing line that kept getting tangled on the drones. And it's never easy.
We made it up to the other boat ramp farther up. I don't know the name of this one offhand, but it's 20 feet right here. And I think, oh, there's a car.
Current might not. The current's bouncing off these rocks, so I think it's dead right there. We went over.
Another car. There's like, I think there's like 3 right there.
That's awesome too, because look, current's bouncing off this. So where all those cars are at, it's pretty dead.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot easier with the drone.
Definitely 2. I think there's a small one there. There's like 2.5.
2.5. I like that.
I mean, that's something with a window. I don't know, that's something tiny. There's a lot of air. Like, you can probably launch off here and then down that way, obviously. Those are right at the bottom of the ramp. Like, they didn't go far.
So we send the drone down once again on this next cluster of vehicles. And there's like a van and 2 other cars. Once again, this current was ripping, and there's a lot of growth, a lot of fishing line, so much plants and so much stuff that gets tangled up in these propellers. These drones do a really good job, but everything has its limits, and I think we push our drones to the limits. But once again, you can see these have been in there a lot more than, you know, two years. And we actually talked to a fisherman who was going by, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you guys looking at those old cars out there?" So he already knows about them. The community knows. We still like to go down and search ourselves, just because sometimes people know about them, but they don't actually send anything down or verify. But I believe this was some sort of old van. I know the visibility is not great, but it's kind of it's kind of typical for us, it seems like. We are rarely in pretty clear water. And here's the tire. Once again, I'm trying to look at the center cap or the style of the rims. And this one also does not match what we are looking for, a Corolla. And you can tell by the tires all sucked in a little bit. This one isn't as bad as the other one, but it has also been in down there for many, many years. So I make my way to the rear of the vehicle, and that is where the plate would be, I believe, and I don't see anything there. It looks flat. So it's very good chance that these have already been dove on, the tags have been taken off, and it was determined that they weren't worth pulling out, or they were identified as stolen. A lot of times, the local law enforcement don't have the resources or the time to be able to spend to pull these cars out. So we definitely would like to come back and remove them. But these are older vehicles. You can see some rust holes there. Not good condition. We continued searching around the other vehicles, and we're able to clear this area, but the drone footage ran out of memory, and we were also struggling with batteries running out and the current. I'm glad we were able to find a lot of the cars here, but the search continues for Demetria Watson. As always, if you have any tips or clues or places to search, please send me an email, and we will be back to continue as soon as we can.